everybody. I'm gonna show y'all where I was at with this thing. Ended up having to rebuild the leaf springs, and I put an addle leaf in it. Gotta help take some weight. And now look, we're in the last hole. It's got a lot of down, So now we're gonna build the bump stops for the rear. Let's see how much shock we got. See the shocks. Since I moved the shock mounts. Hope y'all can see it. Cut them off, moved them up on both sides. So we got plenty of down now. Also built skid plate for the diff. Show y'all that. Sorry. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but skid plate. I fabbed all that up straight now off the back. That ought to work good. I put I was having a problem with, let's see if I can find one of the old ones. The old center pins. See that old center pin? See how it was walking around? No, most of y'all have experienced that before. That was a problem. It's probably one of the reasons it wasn't steering so good. But I took and got new center pins, fatter, bigger ones. Let me find where I laid it at. I had it right here, lining it up. That's what we put back in there. They're a lot thicker. They're like half inch. Well, they're more than half inch. They're 7/86. That drill bit there. Mocked it all up in the drill press. Got it level and drilled them out that size. And also got the steering. This is the high steer double shear brackets. I don't know how it's going to work, but we will find out when we put it on there. But the old arm goes in here, the old steering arm, and you drill through here and tap these. I'm probably going to weld it all too. It puts everything up above the axle. Now it's got regular tie rod ends, Jeep Wrangler tie rod ends, so if we break one we can just go to the parts store and get one, which is what I like, or take one with us. And it goes back to this factory steering arm. No sway bar, because I don't run sway bar. I don't run mine on the road too much. And here's the bars. You see down in there. I don't know if you can or not. I'm getting a lot better. It goes down in there to the threaded part, and then it gets really, really fat in there. So that ought to be pretty good and strong stuff there. DOM. And what else have I done? We got getting gears for it, and lockers, and Yukon axles for the rear, Yukon axles for the front. And got to order that stuff. It's going to be probably another week or so before I get that stuff. It's pretty expensive. But we got the steering. We got the axle back in. The ride height is good. I'll show y'all where to level how much we're up in the back. So when we put the spare tire, if I use it back there, which you never know about me, I change my mind every day. If we end up putting the spare tire back in the back and all my stuff, it should level it out pretty good. We're sitting right there now. That's level. So even on this bar up here, you know, you just think that fender's not straight. But we got a good, that's good. That's what we want. And we're still in the last hole. So that gives us good down travel. And it ain't straight up and down like it was. That was not right to do it like that. But at the time, that's what I did. I'll tell you guys what I found the most was, that was causing me the most problem with the sagging. Here's the old bushings out of the leaf springs. See how off-center that is? Old cheap rubber. And that side there was just totally gone. And I've done replaced these one time in the rear. But I got Daystar bushings. These here. Daystar. That's what I put in the rear. I got some spares for these. And I think we're going to make, I'm not going to promise you nothing, but I'm thinking about making 2 traction bars to keep it from wrapping when I'm on it. You know, keep it from wrapping the springs up. But I end up putting an add leaf in it. I probably already said this, but I put an add leaf in it. And all new bushings in the leaf springs. New center pins. And just set it back down to check the ride height, and it looks good. So that all worked out. So now I'll start fabbing up the bump stops. I got disc brakes over here off of this rear end. We're gonna put on it. Put all that stuff on there and keep working at it. I just wanted to give y'all an update, let you know what's going on. I'm either gonna do 488s or 456 gears, and the lockers and stuff and axles. But, anyway, this steering kit. Now, I wasn't too impressed by these people when they shipped this stuff, because I had packing peanuts all over the yard and I was missing parts and all kind of stuff. But I actually found that out in the driveway where they dropped it out of the box. I was missing this, missing one of these brackets here. They're going to send me. But this bracket here goes above the axle like so, and then your track bar goes in here. I got to go to the junkyard and get a factory track bar mount off of a chassis somewhere, and you got to use that. But it's going to put everything above the steering. Now this stuff come from let's see here. I think it was Rocky Road Outfitters. I seen a lot of bad reviews on them after I ordered the shit, which is usually what happens with me. When I start having problems, I'll go look at the reviews. I should do that in the first place, but guys, look at the reviews on stuff before you buy it. And it ain't really that the stuff's bad or nothing, that it's junk. It's just getting it here all intact. I mean, that's what seems like everybody has the problems with. But this is the, let's see if we can find an illustration showing what it's going to look like when it's done. I may start on this today if I get done with well, there's one picture of it, how it's up above the axle. There's another picture. That's the steering arm, and the drag links up high too. It all basically puts everything back straight in there, like if it was in there factory. And that's what I want. And I didn't do Hymie joints, because if you break a Hymie, which these are hard to break, but they do get loose in here, you got to order them, you know. I can just run to get some. These are cheapy ones right here, but I'll get some Moog ones or something when these wear out. But they'll work good for now. Hell, I've had the stock crap under there for all this time. I really ain't had no trouble with it, other than it don't steer that well. But this should straighten it out. This should straighten all the steering problems out. And I'll take that drop Pitman arm off and put this back on it. Factory. Anyway, fellas, got some other stuff in the shop I'm doing, cutting some bumpers and doing this for my buddy Luke. He's got a TJ. He's putting a 6BT Cummins in it. I gotta cut this stuff out for him, and I've cut some other things for him, but that thing's gonna be a beast. Maybe I'll ride out there and show it to you one day. He's got 60s under it with a 6BT Cummins and the tranny out of the Cummins and everything. It's gonna be a job. I think my stuff's gonna stay simple as I can get it. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I'll update y'all again when I get the brakes under there. And I would make videos, guys, of me doing this stuff, but I can't get nothing done when I do that. I made some videos of taking the rear end out and the leaf springs and all that, but it's hard as heck to get something done when you're trying to video everything. So if we want to get it done and get back on the trails where we can make some videos, I guess got to get on it, you know. I hope y'all understand, and I got some of that video of me taking it out. If anybody wants me to put it up, just say something. I'll put some of it up. Alright, y'all take it easy. I'll talk at you later.